a group of boys, or men I should say, that had young kids. We weren't happy with what clubs were doing around the place at the time, so we all got together and had a bit of a chat and said, look, let's start our own club and let's do it the way we'd like to do it. We had a meeting in a cafe in town. Within an instance, that was in 1994. From memory, it was December, and we had a team pre-season training by February 95, and we're in the second division amateurs before the season started in 1995. We were called Metro Knights, and we finished second in our first year as second division in the amateur league. The next year we won the league and went up to first division and finished top 3. The following year we were invited to join the state league back then as such, and that's when MetroStars was born. We had to change our name because of Parry Hills Knights, and we couldn't have the same name, and that's how MetroStars was born. Back then the name came from an American club in New York, New Jersey.
2004 I joined the club under Mike Barnett, and arrived at the club with a group of former ex-teammates, which made coming to the club a good, enticing. And from there we sort of have just played on, thoroughly enjoying the club, hence I'm still here.
First started, my sons came down here from Enfield to play in under 12s. So I was helping coaching and team manager roles, which did for about 4 or 5 years, and then gradually moved into the seniors in 2003, I think it was. I do everything. I've mainly helped the seniors in training, organising all the gear, making the drinks and whatever needs doing. Well, it just grows on you. You start there with your juniors, with your kids, and 20 years later you're still here.
1994 is where it all began. My husband Andrew Peroni, who was president for the last 4 years, started off with a few friends, started the club as amateurs, and from amateurs we went to state league, and I think that's when the wives sort of got involved and started helping out in the kitchen, because we had juniors running and our kids started playing at under 8s, our very first under 8s team. We had 2 teams, under 8s and under 17s, so all of our boys played in under 8s and progressively just moved on throughout the years. Most of them played for or had an appearance in one of the senior teams, which was excellent, and we sort of involved ourselves through junior committees and training nights with cooking, and then on Saturdays with our senior team we worked behind the canteen and fed the boys after the games, both teams, and had a bit of fun and just made great friends. You know, we sort of hang, instead of going home on a Saturday night, we'd hang here and have a bit of fun.
It was a journey. We had 3 games to play. First one was in Perth, Bayswater, so we went to Perth first week, won that game. From there we went to Melbourne, played South Melbourne, won that game. Then we went to Sydney to play Bonnyrigg for the final.
They were a fantastic side. They were very well organised. They threw everything they had at us. We scored an early goal through Fabian Barbiero, and we dug the hills in. We dug it in, we copped it as well. An absolute onslaught for a good hour of having to hold them out, and then the game opened up and we started breaking and missed a few chances ourselves to actually really bury the game, but it was one of those ones that we knew that we left everything we had on the pitch for that.
So yeah, that was a magnificent journey, and then also to be competing in the rounds of 32 FFA Cup is an enormous achievement for the club. It's one of the most wonderful things I think a club person and a club player and a club volunteer could actually experience. It's done wonders for the game, wonders for soccer, and that's all we strive for now.
And my role is volunteered, and I cook on Thursday night for the senior players, and I come and help on Saturdays when we have a home game. My husband was on the committee, and then I got asked to come as a guest appearance about 17 years ago, and I got stuck ever since. So I do it every Thursday when the season is on. And all the volunteers are from the Galabria Club, and we're a bunch of good friends, so they come and we just support ourselves. As you can see, we eat before the meal and then we eat after the meal. So the food has to be good, because unless I can eat it, I won't cook it.
Culture here is probably a little bit different. All you need to do is speak to some of the players, but the culture here is very, very different that you would experience at other places and other clubs. We do that for a reason. We like our players to stay and not move on. It's all about creating an atmosphere where you want to be here.
It's a family and a friendship club for me. I feel at home. It's very welcoming. We accommodate, we welcome everybody. We are a welcoming club. Make everyone feel at home.
Well, it's just like extended family, friends that you've known now for 20 odd years, and now my kids are not playing, they're playing football, and the grandkids are nearly old enough to start soon, so stick around till I hang in there.